class. I am Ma'am Lindsay, and today I will discuss the elements of financial statements. To start, we will now read the learning objectives. At the end of this session, the participants will be able to recognize the elements of financial statements, define the asset, liabilities, and owner's equity, interpret the elements of financial statements. Okay, class, to start, I want you to sit according to your groups. Are you seated according to your groups? Okay, very good, class. So as you can see, I have here 3 illustrations that show pictures and of course the jumbled letters. At the center are the jumbled letters. At the background are the pictures that will serve as your clues in order to solve the word, okay? I will just give you a minute because this is easy for you. This is a basic accounting. You already have an idea about this lesson, okay? So your time starts now. Okay, your time is up. So for the group 1, please be ready because I will ask you about your word in a minute. Okay, so group 1, what is the word that you created? It is the asset. Very good, great. So asset, what are the clues that you use in order to create the word asset? Okay, so we have there cash, laptop, land, and building. Very good. How about the group 2? Okay, later we will discuss more of the asset. I will give you their definition and of course their examples. Okay, group 2, what is your word? Very good. It is liability. How about the clues that you've found? Okay, it is a notes payable, someone carrying his debt, loan application, and someone asking for his or her money. Great. Very good, group 2. And for the last group, please. What is your word? Okay, your word is equity. Great. How about the clues that you've found in order to create the word equity? Okay, as you can see, someone is putting up his money to start a business. Another picture is showing that someone is having an increasing in money because of his investments. I think it's increasing every year or every month. Next, someone taking care of his money. And last, investors or companies looking for some investors. Okay, very good. That's great, guys. Now that you have a background idea about asset, liabilities, and owner's equity, we will be able to define them one by using an activity. Please read the instruction, Alex. Okay, very good. Choose the letter of the correct answer. So here are your choices: the asset, liability, and owner's equity. So I will be calling you one by one. You just have to raise your hand if you want to answer. Okay, number 1, owned. Yumi. Asset, very good. Number 2, obligations. Elsid. Liability, very good. Number 3, furniture. Amaya. Asset, very good. Number 4, notes payable. Mika, liability, very good. Number 5 is income. Jo, owner's equity, very good. Number 6 is accounts payable. Who wants to answer? Leo, liability, very good. 7 is expenses. Raise your hand, shine. Expenses is owner's equity, great. 8, withdrawal. Withdrawal, Alexis, please. Liability, other answer, please. Gio, withdrawal is owner's equity, very good. Number 9 is cash. Yes, Kim, asset, great. Number 10, capital. Last number, Rosaline, owner's equity, very good. Now that you have an idea about the examples and the definition, we will now be able to discuss them one by one. Okay, let us start on the first element, which is the asset. You told me that it is owned, cash, and furniture that defines the asset. So please give me the definition of asset. Okay, yes, please, Gio. Assets are the resources owned and controlled by the company. Great. Okay, when we talk about resources, these are cash, supplies, office equipment, laptops, pencil. As long as it is owned by the company and controlled by the company, it is an asset. Okay, so these are the examples. Of course, we have their cash, supplies, equipment, and land. So cash can be a cash on hand or cash in bank. Supplies can be pencils, ball pens. As long as it is owned by the company, it is an asset. Equipments can be laptop, the mouse, the charger. That is all owned by the company. More of asset, more of cash, more of laptop, land, and building. Property and equipment, all of those are assets. So these are more examples of assets. Can you please read the examples? Okay, thank you so much, Jo. Cash, investments, inventory, office equipment, machinery, real estate, company-owned, vehicles, your cars, anything that is given by the company are assets. Okay, do you have a question, class? Please raise your hand if you have. None? Okay, let's move on to liability. You told me that liability pertains to obligation, notes payable, and accounts payable. Okay, so now, can you please define liability? Yes, Leo, accounts payable are? Okay, amounts due to suppliers or vendors that have not yet been paid for. Okay, very good. So, these are examples of liabilities. As you can see, someone is being crazy because his invoices are not yet paid. Okay, these are payables. Also, notes payable. Later, we'll discuss it more. More of liability, these are notes payable. As you can see, someone is promising to pay an amount of money at the desired date. This is someone carrying his debt, He has a lot of debts. This is a loan application. That is someone borrowing money from a company or a bank. And someone is asking for his or her money back. Okay, more of examples of liability. We have their bank debt. Once you borrow money from the bank, there will be a liability. Mortgage debt, money owed to suppliers. For example, your company bought goods or supplies from other companies, but you promised to pay it at the end of the month, that is still a liability. Wages owed, for example, you have your employees and still their salaries are not yet paid, that is still a liability. Your taxes, if it's still unpaid, that is a liability. All of the things that you borrow, you owe to someone, those are liabilities, okay? Please don't forget, asset is owned, which is yours. Okay, the company is owned. While liability is owed, you borrowed or you owed something to someone. Okay? Any question about liability? None? Great. Moving on to owner's equity. You told me that it pertains to income, withdrawal, expenses, and capital. Okay, please give me the meaning of owner's equity. Raise your hand. Yes, Amaya. It is the residual ownership in a firm or asset after subtracting all the liabilities. Very good. Asset minus liabilities will be equal to owner's equity or your capital. Okay, any question? None? Great. Okay, so as you can see in the pictures provided, we have there money increasing every year. We also have there someone taking care of his money. And yes, the company is looking for more investors for more capital, of course. Okay. More examples of owner's equity. Someone putting up his money for business. More examples. And of course, common stock. If you have stocks, definitely if it increases, that will add to your capital. Additional paid in capital. If you have an investor and he put up a capital, definitely your capital will increase. Preferred stock, retained earnings, accumulated other comprehensive income. Any question about owner's equity? None? Okay, so now do you understand the three elements of financial statements? Okay, so what are the three elements of financial statements? Please raise your hand if you want to answer. Alexis. The three elements of financial statement are asset, very good, liabilities, and owner's equity. Very good. Okay. So do you have any question, class? None? We are now going to have an activity to know if you have learned something from me. Okay. So please read the instruction, Gio. Determine whether it is asset, liability, or owner's equity. Thank you. Okay, so I will only give you 5 minutes to answer this activity, and then later we will discuss it one by one. Okay? Okay, so your time is up. Number 1, please raise your hand if you want to answer. Cash borrowed from the bank. Okay, please, Ray. Cash borrowed from the bank is a liability. Very good. The word or the clue is the word borrowed. You borrowed cash from the bank. Number 2, cash invested by a shareholder. Cash invested by a shareholder, Kim. That is a equity. Very good. Once someone is investing to your company, for example, an investor invested in your company, that will be an additional to your capital. Very good. Okay, number 3, profit earned from sale of goods. Profit earned from sale of goods. Number 3, yes, Shine. Okay, that is an income. So it is additional to your capital or equity. Number 4, yes, Ashley. Office supplies bought from Francisco family. That is an asset. Very good. That's great. That is an office supplies bought from Francisco family. So you bought it from a company. It is paid. And of course, it is additional to your office supplies. Number 5, loan application from Axe company. Yes, Jo. That is a liability. Very good. That is a loan application or you're borrowing money from other company. Number 6, supplies bought from a company paid in cash. Yes, Rosaline. That is a asset. Very good. You bought supplies, so it is additional to your asset. Number 7, bought furniture on account. Bought furniture on account. Yes, please, John. Is it an asset? Yes, Jalai. It is a liability because of the word on account. Always remember that on account means that it is a payable. Very good. Number 8, paid utility expenses of the office. Paid utility expenses of the office. Expenses. Yes, please, Eugene. Okay, very good. Equity. It is a decrease in equity. Number 9, goods delivered from Alex's company. Goods delivered from Alex's company. Yes, please, Bosch. Okay, it is an asset. It is an additional to your goods. And last but not the least, purchase packs of goods to be paid at the end of the month. Yes, Ray. It is a liability because the clue is to be paid at the end of the month. Do you have any question, class? None? Are you sure? Okay, if none, then please get your notebook and copy your assignment. Okay, so your assignment would be read the accounting equation. Tomorrow we will discuss more of the accounting equation. Please bring your calculator. Thank you. Okay, so if you have no questions, goodbye class. Thank you so much for listening. See you tomorrow.